Okay, today on Chump Talk, we have Ottawa Senators draft pick Zack Ostapchuk. Zack played 2 seasons with the Vancouver Giants before being drafted 39th overall by the Ottawa Senators in the 2021 entry-level draft. Zack, thanks so much for joining the show today.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on today. Just first of all, kind of tell us where you are now, what the last couple months have looked like for you, and what's your off season look like so far? Any vacation or just what have you been up to?
Yeah, no vacations for me this summer. I was just at home in St. Albert, Alberta, just working out and hanging out with friends and stuff like that, and skating. And then about a week ago, I drove back down to Vancouver and been here for a little bit, just working out and reconnecting with some guys on my team. And yeah, I think we have the rest of our guys coming down on Saturday, so I think my whole team's gonna get together and we'll start getting back to it.
Unreal. We got to start here because a couple weeks ago, I guess, the NHL entry level draft, as I said, 39th overall to Ottawa Senators. We like to ask guys, and I like to. The draft stories are always fun because obviously that's a life changing moment for you. 39th overall. Did you have any idea it was going to be Ottawa by that time? Did you have other teams in mind that you thought you might go earlier or later, or how did that day all unfold for you?
Yeah, honestly, I went into it with a pretty open mind. I mean, I had a couple teams here and there that I thought might take me, but honestly, Ottawa wasn't really on my radar.
Really?
I didn't talk to them a whole lot, so yeah, kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
You hear guys with different meetings leading up to the draft. Did you have some that you thought went really well, and others where you're like, oh shit, I don't know how good that went. And did you have one with Ottawa?
Yeah, I had one with Ottawa. Like it was actually, I think it was when I was in the bubble, like probably 2, 3 months before the draft. And I mean, yeah, obviously, like some teams, some scouts are like a little more, I guess, business. So I do well with the more fun scouts talking to
Yeah.
them. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely you have a mix of both. And, yeah, so some were different, but yeah, I thought they went well for the most part.
What was one of the more weird or interesting questions you got asked during that draft time?
Um,
Just something
honestly,
that threw you completely off guard at all, or
there was something about, I can't remember what it was, but there was something about a war, like me, like what I would do with like a grenade or no, it was a fallen, like if I had a fallen teammate or something, what I would do.
No
Like
way.
it was like, yeah, it was like you got shot in the ankle or something. And I can't remember what it was, but it
Are
was something about that. I don't
are a
know,
lot
weird.
are a lot of the questions like off ice stuff mostly? Is it mostly that?
I think it's pretty split down the middle, I'd say. I mean, I think they kind of know your on ice abilities. They just kind of
Yeah.
want to reaffirm that. But I mean, yeah, I think pretty straight split down the middle. But yeah, some of the questions do tend to catch you off guard a little. They're a little weird, but
Do you remember what you said about that fallen teammate one?
no, I'm pretty sure I just said I'll pick them up. I'll put them on my back.
Love it.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you got to say.
yeah, exactly. Don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sens, they got a great prospect pool over there, and they have a really bright future ahead. Just how excited are you to be a part of that organization? And obviously, it's in a tough division right now, but the Sens, they've got a lot of elite prospects and even some young guys in the NHL now that are making big impacts at a young age. Just how excited are you to go to that team?
And fun team to watch last year too.
Yeah, very fun team.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's very exciting. Obviously, like they're kind of hard not to follow right now with that youth movement they got going on there. And I mean, to be a part of that with such a young team and guys that you could be teammates with for a long time there. I mean, it's pretty cool for sure to go to a young team.
Is there one guy or what's the coolest message you got after being drafted from someone maybe you know or someone you didn't know? That what's the coolest message you got?
Thomas Shabbat called me. I
Nice.
thought that
Really?
was pretty cool. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just kind of said like if you're when you're in Ottawa, if you need anything, let me know. And I thought that was pretty cool. Talked to him for a couple minutes, and yeah, I think
Unreal.
that stood out the most.
Was it like unknown number coming up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna answer this?
Yeah, I had no clue who it was. It was just like I
That's
think it was the
hilarious.
day after the draft, and it was just it was cool.
Yeah, that is sweet.
In 2018, there you were drafted in the first round in the WHL draft. Did that kind of prepare you at all for the NHL draft, or was anything you were able to take away from that just on the NHL draft day there?
Honestly, like I didn't know a whole lot about the dub draft. Like I didn't really know there was a dub draft till about Christmas of that year. So I mean, I wasn't really prepared for that. It was definitely a cool experience. Like, I mean, getting drafted, like it's kind of did prepare me, like you said, for the NHL draft. I kind of knew what to expect, like with the phone calls and stuff after who would call me and all that. So yeah, it definitely prepared me.
I kind of love that about about the Western Hockey League where you guys are playing, because we're Ontario boys. We're like Kitchener Waterloo area, close to Toronto, and I feel like the guys are already thinking about the OHL draft here when they're like 10, 11 years old. But you guys are kind of just living life, having a
Yeah.
good time playing minor hockey. Oh, I guess I'm a Vancouver Giant now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like Christmas. It was a couple months before the draft.
You're like, oh shit, I might be playing some junior hockey next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about that first year in Vancouver. Then you got into, well, I guess from 2018, 2019, you looks like you played minor hockey and then got into 6 games. Was that at the end of the year?
Yeah, that was my 15-year-old year, because there's I think it's an 8-game max you can play as an
Okay.
underage as a 15-year-old. So I think I dressed 6 and then 2 playoff games. So I mean, now that was cool. Obviously, you get a little taste earlier than the OHL guys would. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of scary the first couple of games. I mean, you're playing against guys with beards and stuff, and you're
Yeah.
15. It's a little daunting, but yeah, it's definitely a good experience.
Speaking of that, did you have a big like WHL wake up moment, kind of just one of your first shifts or first game or something that was just like, holy shit, this is where I am. These are the guys I'm playing with.
Yeah, first shift of preseason, I started the game, and about 5 seconds in, I got absolutely demolished at center ice. Yeah, so that was a little wake up by a 20-year-old. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
You're like, all
we're
right,
here.
better keep the head up in this league.
Yeah.
In your, in your first season with Vancouver there, you played in your first full season, sorry, 44 games, 8 points. Last year was a bit of a weird year with the COVID, but 22 games played, 16 points. Obviously, your point production went up significantly this past season. Why do you think that was? And just what was the difference between your first year and your second year?
Yeah, I think my second year, obviously, like you come into the year a little more confident. You have some experience under your belt, and I mean, with 14 months, I think I had 14 months in between my last game, because I got injured at the end of my 16-year-old year to my first game, my 17-year-old year, and I think that I was just able to get a lot bigger and a lot faster. So I think that I got better, and I think mentally with my confidence, I think that helped me a lot, and I just felt good out there.
How weird was it playing in that COVID season? Obviously, no fans, only 22 games. Was it hard to get up for those games knowing there was no playoffs around the corner? Or was it just nice to get back on the ice?
I think it was just nice to get back on the ice. Honestly, I think it was kind of the same. Like, we just treated it like a regular season. We wanted to win every game and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it was definitely weird with no fans the first couple of games, but you hear every noise. But now I guess like it's gonna be weird with fans.
Yeah.
Like, might get
Yeah.
some stage fright. So
Yeah. How's the team looking for this upcoming season?
I think we're looking really good. Like I think we picked up a couple pieces, and I think yeah we're looking to make a run for it for sure.
You played with Bowen Byram 2 years ago, your first full season. He was a defenseman. Obviously, we got to see him in the NHL a little bit last year with Colorado, and we saw him on Team Canada too. What was he like to play with on and off the ice?
I mean, off the ice, he's kind of just the life of the party. I mean,
Yeah.
he's loud. He's funny. He's just always joking around and stuff. He keeps it pretty business at the same time. And I mean, just on the ice, like practicing against him, it's like, oh my god, like this guy, how is this guy playing in our league?
Like him,
He's
yeah.
so ahead of everybody. It was crazy.
Him and Kale McCarr on the point in Colorado, and then
Oh,
and then Samuel Girard too. Like those got to
yeah.
be three of the D with some of the nastiest hands and moves in the league, and they're all on the same team. Pretty lights out there.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. He would just walk through our whole team at practice. It was nuts.
Like nothing.
Over your last couple of seasons in Vancouver, is there a guy on the team or just another guy in the league that you've kind of looked up to and have kind of a guy that just kind of put you under their wing a little bit and just kind of showed you the ropes around the league and trying to make you into a real pro?
I think our captain, the captain I've had for the last 2 years, Alex Knockleeper, he aged out now. I mean, he's playing for Abbotsford in the AHL, but I think yeah, he just kind of. I mean, he's been my leader since I've been in the league, so I think he kind of showed me the ropes and how to be a professional and handle myself around the rink and away from the rink too. So
We've interviewed a couple WHL guys now, and we heard some of those American stadiums like Seattle are pretty loud when you go to those. Do you have any experiences, or what would you say the coolest away barn for you to go to is, and which is the one you dread going to the most to?
Um, I think Everett. Everett kind of it's just pretty exciting to play in there. I mean, it's hard building play in.
Yeah,
I think their fans get pretty crazy in Seattle, like they said. Like it's
yeah.
I think there's a cheap hot dog and beer night. I think it's Tuesdays when you play there on a Tuesday. It's crazy.
Everyone's hammered in the crowd.
Just losing
Yeah,
35 minutes off their life eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
yeah, eating hot dogs, drinking cheap beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't get much better than that.
Walk us through your
Yeah.
first WHL goal.
It was in Regina, and I remember just it was kind of a broken play in the neutral zone, and it just kind of I got lucky. It bounced on my stick. It got poked over to me, and just kind of ripped it. I mean, I just shot the puck, and I just went in. And I was pretty pumped up, and
Love it.
kind of blacked out a bit, but it's cool.
Are you the type of guy that sets like point total goals for this upcoming season, or are you kind of just out there to play hard?
I'm just out there to play hard. I
Yeah.
find that when I do that, I play my best. So
Love it.
I don't set too many goals.
Good.
Yeah, just kind of going off that as well. Like, do you set any expectations for yourself, or is there just more of like a team success thing, or is there like any marks that you want to hit personally yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's just like I'm a very easygoing guy. I think that I'm not superstitious or anything, so I kind of just go to the rink and play my heart out, right, and just try and win hockey games. Really, I mean, nothing too crazy. I don't look too far in the future.
COVID's been going on for about a year and a half now. You're still a young guy, and obviously you guys had a shortened season last time, so I'm sure there's been a lot of downtime. What's a guy like yourself doing in your free time? Do you have any hobbies, or just what do you do to keep yourself busy?
Me and my buddies back home, we actually started playing a lot of basketball and a lot of spike ball
Nice.
outside. I mean,
Yeah.
we got pretty competitive every couple days. We'd bring out the jerseys and set up some like chalk. We make some like chalk courts and stuff,
Yeah.
and we just play basketball all day. It was pretty fun, and then spike ball, and then just going outside a lot really in the summer.
Are you a golfer at all?
Yeah, I golf. I'm pretty inconsistent, but I can
Yeah.
smack it.
That's the same as me.
Yeah, same as
Yeah.
us. But I heard there's a lot of really nice courses in Vancouver.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we don't get to get out much here, but
Yeah.
me and a couple of my buddies just went out yesterday to Twoston Springs. The owner that
Yeah.
owns the Giants, owns that, so went out there and shot. So
What's the downtown like in Vancouver? Obviously, you'll have to remember before the COVID times because it's a little different now. But was there lots of places for you guys to go out on an off night as a team?
yeah, well, I mean, when before COVID, I was only 16, so I never really got to experience that. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
go pick them up sometimes, but I mean, yeah, I mean,
Easy.
I think it is really fun downtown. I got to go a couple times,
Nice.
like right before COVID.
Yeah.
I guess when everything was kind of easy, but yeah, a couple bars and clubs down there, so it's a nice city.
Good stuff.
Looking back at your hockey career so far, minor hockey and even junior hockey now, just what are some of your proudest moments, or just something that you remember the most from your ice hockey playing days?
I think for minor hockey, for being from St. Albert, there's this big Bantam tournament called the John Reed, and I mean, I'd always go watch that every year growing up, and I actually got to play in that tournament twice, and I won it my second year with my NAX Bantam team, so that was really special for me. And then I think just making the jump to junior, I think that was big for me. Getting to wear a visor and stuff like that. It was just little things like that were pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna let you go shortly here, but we look forward to seeing what you can do with the Vancouver Giants this year. Obviously, every year your points have gone up, and we hope we can see that again. Congratulations on being drafted by Ottawa. We're Leaf fans, so hopefully the Battle of Ontario someday we can watch you and cheer against you.
Alrighty, yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, we'll get you on mid-season sometime and talk about the season and all. And yeah, best of luck, and we'll be rooting for you.
Yeah, have a good one, Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
See
too.
ya.
Bye.